Hey guys, it's been quite a while. Hi, so welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to uh, my life, actually. I'm Nibir, your friendly neighborhood philosopher, experimenter as of this moment, and just another teenager in the yard. So, hi there, I'm back with some updates and what has been going on in my life. So, and my hair has been, growing. It's pretty cool. So, all right, might get a haircut in 3 months or so. So, anyway, let us chit chat and chill out. Oh yeah, so if you don't already have your popcorn, get yourself some and your favorite beverage and stuff. So with that, let's get started. uh, I have my notes right here. I'm gonna read off of that. Yes, I spent the last couple of months just experimenting and getting to know a bit more about myself. After boards ended, things went really, it's like that, topsy turvy, all sinusoidal curve like that. So I was just wandering, trying to see what sticks and what doesn't, and just, getting the hang of living my life without thinking about excelling at a particular exam or something like that, because I knew that things were not going to be uh, my way. Yes, I did not get into any ISER, unfortunately, which is very sad. But anyway, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the education and my academics part as of this moment. So I'll not really get into specifics, but before I start off with the current aspects of my life, what has been going on in the certain things right now, a few important things that I learned before this, like after boards, before the current phase, okay, before August and mid July. So, yeah. The thing is, number one thing, prolonged burnout is real, okay? Like, I could not, give my best in my IAT exam because I was so burnt out at that moment. Like, from January, I was like just pushing myself like tirelessly without lubricant. If I was a machine, I did not have lubricant, okay? Unlubricated machine. I was like that, which is bound to make things weird after a certain point. When the threshold for tolerance of such mental and physical and psychological torture, just exceeds. So it's real. Take care of yourself from that. Like if you're a board student, like 12 board student, it's gonna get really weird. So keep yourself checked in. And again, it's really difficult. The sports board era is really difficult. It makes you agnostic. Basically, it makes you blind of your true goal. It makes you just, tunnel visioned and just think about one single thing, the exam or whatever. How are you going to survive? That's it. It makes you forget about the big picture and then forget about trying to finish big goals and big ambitions. It's just really weird in that sense. Also, really interesting thing that when you are like stuck in your house, in your like school, in that particular environment for 2 plus years, things are, it doesn't make you okay. You don't really have an opportunity to explore and just try to see what sticks. Really, you don't have an opportunity to experiment when you're stuck in your home, or when you're stuck in your the same environment, same rat race, same thingy. Okay, so that's why droppers have it really hard. It's like it's psychologically very discouraging in a sense. So physical distancing from that place, from the place that you're associated with, your things that has been really okay, let me explain it in Hindi. Okay, मतलब जो जगह में तुम हो एंड उस जगह में तुमको सब चीज़ पसंद नहीं है, जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल इन माय केस आई वाज स्टक इन माय होम फॉर 12+ years इन माय होल स्कूलिंग. मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगा वो चीज़. मुझे पता था कि यहाँ पे अगर मैं रहूँगा, उस जगह पे अगर मैं रहूँ, तो आई विल नॉट शाइन, आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू अनलीश माई फुल पोटेंशियल. सो मुझे आई न्यू, ओके, मुझे पता था कि मुझे इस जगह से दूर जाना पड़ेगा. एंड दैट इज़ super worth it. You have to get out of the comfort zone. I'll get to that in the later part of this video as well. Get out of your comfort zone. That is what will truly make you, the happiest version of yourself, I guess. So that's about before the current phase. And before I begin with now, let's just pause here for a second, all right? Let's just talk about you, okay? Just tell me about yourself. How are you doing? Is everything all right? Let's just pause here and breathe, because it's really important to just I hope you're doing well. I hope you're no I hope you're there, right? I hope you're real, and I hope you're taking care of yourselves. That is important. Please remember to take care of yourselves and not lose yourself in the process of all of this. Even if you're not aiming for exams, and just living this life in 2026 is just too fast, too cumbersome. So never forget about yourself. Again, let's get started then. All right. Yeah. Okay. So current stuff about me. Okay. So first, let's just start off with my academics and education aspect. All right. Right now, I'm doing BSc in mathematics. Major and minor is physics from Cotton University, Assam. It's a pretty popular institution here in my state, which is Assam. And so far it's like I'm like first 1 week in, and so far all right, okay. Cannot form an opinion really as of this moment, but other than that, I'm also going for a BSc in Data Science and AI from IIT Guwahati. I had to give a qualifier test for that. It's pretty interesting actually. It's online, and it's not many people know about it. Of course, people know about it, but not many people. And a lot of people who drop out, or who think that they have no option, can opt for this, which is it is actually an equivalent of a normal physical BSc, bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Science. So pretty convenient. You can do it flexible, whatever, whenever you want, basically. And if you want me to make a video on that, please comment down below. I think it's pretty cool. So I'll experiment on that. I'll do some do a trimester or two, and let you guys know how it's like, and something like that if you want. So you gotta comment down below, all right? So let me know. So that's the academic formal education part of my academics. But other than that, I'm doing a lot of experiments, trying to see what part of academics or academia I am good at. So as many of you know, I'm very interested in philosophy and humanities subjects like sociology, psychology, and that kind of stuff. But my background is in science. I studied PCM from in class 11 and 12. So I love mathematics. So I'm experimenting with all of these subjects, trying to see what strikes, what matches, and maybe I can form a bridge between some subjects and try to do something great. Um, yes, that's a reference to Paul Graham's essay, How to Do Great Work. Please read that. It's an awesome essay. So, trying to do something great and thus experimenting. So, that's about my academics. So, next up, we have technology. What's new is I started working less with technology. That's the new part. I mean, I realized that technology is is a bitch. Technology is a bitch, all right? Technology is a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword, yes. And if you don't use it properly, you will be harmed. You will be harmed. And I got harmed quite a few times until it was too late for me to realize. And I should check if it's still recording. Yes, it is. Congratulations, Nibir. So yeah. Yeah. So technology is a double-edged sword. So I'm switching over to deep life, which is like, deep work and digital minimalism combined. Deep life. And that's like a Professor Cal Newport's idea of living a more intentional, more mindful life in 2026 and this decade and so on. Trying to live in this very fast, very modern, technology filled world with, simple analogy, trying to live a modern life with vintage ideas. That's like how I'll summarize the whole thing. So, even if you have a computer, you have to work on your computer. So you don't really have to use the internet and other some stuff. Just experimenting with that. I will make a video in a month or two about this whole thing, about my whole experimenting. I've done a lot of elaborate things. And so I'll update you guys on that. But it's pretty cool so far. And under that, I also got myself a dumb phone. These things. These are pretty cool, pretty handy. But there are some pros and some cons. Pros, pretty handy, pretty useful. Doesn't make you distracted. They have literally nothing to make you distracted. Just calls and SMS. That's it, right? So, single purpose devices. That's the idea. And it serves its purpose quite well. Cons, well, if you are in India, you know about UPI and WhatsApp and in typical communication and banking services, it doesn't have this one. So if you're traveling and going on buses, you need to pay the, fare, and then even get notifications about your departmental routine in college or whatever. This cannot do that, right? You have to have a smartphone and stuff to get those things done, which is the dilemma I'm facing right now. Trying to integrate this was very hard. When I was living, about that part, I'm living in a new house, by the way. It's like a new house, new scene kind of thing. I've shifted nearer to my university. So, before I was back in the previous place. So it was easier to use this because I did not go out. I did not just, travel in buses or whatever. I did not have to use UPI or anything. So it was pretty convenient. But now it's not. I'm thinking of getting another SIM, put it in here, keep that SIM in my smartphone so that I can still use my banking apps and all. So let's see where that goes. Again, I'll update you guys. No problemo. So that's about the dumb phone part. Another few things. Analog systems have been my go-to thing now on. I used to use Obsidian, Emacs and all for managing my life, tasks and time management and all. But I've switched mostly to paper. Yes, this is a bullet journal. Very convenient. This particular journal is from Neorah, Neorah. It's a handmade one, not sponsored again, but I really like this notebook. So if you guys are interested, get any one of these and start bullet journaling. If you don't know about bullet journaling already, you should. All right, you should. Here's an example of how it may seem like. Okay, this is my August page, all right, and like monthly spread. This is one of my daily spread, daily routine, daily logs, so and all. It's pretty convenient, pretty useful, pretty exciting to use as well. Like, it's pretty fun. Yeah, and when you use fountain pens, well, everything is fun already. So yeah. And also single purpose notebooks, guys, I have one of these everywhere, right? So I write based on topics. I have several notebooks. So this one is called In Search of a Deeper Life. So everything related to my deep life journally, I write it down here. Pretty convenient. I'm also logging my daily aspects like mental energy, academics, creative, then social, physical, and functioning aspects in this one. These are two different notebooks in a single cover. Pretty handy. So these things, quite nice. Another update related to tech. I got a tablet for myself. It's pretty nice. It's a Lenovo IdeaTab Pro. I got it for 25k. I did not get an iPad because who gets an iPad? Only rich kids do, spoiled brats, and really good artists do. I am not a really good artist, and partially spoiled brat, but not quite, not fully spoiled. So I did not get, like, my idea was that if I get 95% of what the iPad can do in 30-40% of the cost, why not get it, right? My main objective is to like write notes, solve problems and all. Let me show you guys some UI, I guess. And this is like, yeah, I was doing some problems earlier, so it looks like this. And you can write it. The writing experience is pretty well. Again, if you want me to make a student's review of this tablet, Lenovo IdeaTab Pro, let me know down in the comments. All right. So far so good. Looks great. The screen is pretty big, as you can see, compared to my head. It's about the size of an A4 paper, which is pretty big. I can also read comics, and it feels really, really good. Let me quickly open a comic, I suppose. Yes, and show you guys how it's like. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I've been reading a lot more comics after I got this one. Instead of scrolling YouTube, reading comics is pretty much the higher quality alternative. Yeah. So that's it about technology. The video is getting already late, so that's all right, isn't it? Now about my living scenario, as I said, I'm in a new house. I'm trying to experiment with new environments and like getting out of the previous place was pretty good. I felt like I was stuck there, but now I am free, free from all the burden, all the psychological attachment with toxic studying ideas, I guess, toxic studying workflows. You know what? Don't remind me of that. So along with living in a new place, I'm trying to experiment with other places outside of this house to see if I can focus there better, like libraries and stuff. And in college, in my university, I have a library which is like pretty good, so I go there to study as well. And right now my captain, my puppy, is not here. He was, but he left for to live in the place where my parents live right now. Basically, here it's only my mom and me, and captain and my dad live on the previous place, I guess. So that's the kind of workflow we have right now. So yeah. Next thing, executive functioning. Oh, okay, that's an interesting one. It's more of like being able to execute something. Okay, that I'll explain the word in brief. Executive functioning. That means execution and being able to do it. Executive functioning. It's like a process in the brain. Okay, you know, like either you are able to function in that sense quite well or not. Either you can execute things quite well or not. Either you have executive function or you have executive dysfunction. Executive dysfunctioning is quite common amongst ADHDers, and it was news to me as well. I may have ADHD. I have not been diagnosed yet, though I'm thinking of maybe getting a professional opinion. So I may have ADHD because I have seen a lot of symptoms very similar to how ADHDers experience in their lives. So to instead of trying to just playing victim, instead of just playing victim, I tried improving and working on certain things which might improve my life and my executive dysfunctioning. So link to my ADHD toolkit is in the description. Things that have helped me in the last few months, actually, to improve my ability to work better, focus better, manage my time better, and have better relationships and all. So that will be in the description. And but few things that work quite well, like the best things. Okay, top things are timers. A lot of them, lot of timers, lot of alarms to remind you that hey, time's passing by, right? And you have to do this, do that. Lots of deadlines. Noting things down, like literally everything, noting them down, using paper as your external working memory, and meditating, super skill. Okay, very nice, absolutely. So meditating is very nice, absolutely. I just repeated that. Anyway, okay, that's about the executive functioning update. About my intellectual status, as I said, I've been doing a lot of experiments, and especially in deep life, you also have to pay attention to your cognitive endurance. Like simply stating, cognitive endurance is how much your brain can do stuff, right? How much power does it have? How much can it endure, right? So can it handle heavy textbooks? Can it process them? Can it does it have enough attention span, or things like that? Mostly inspired from Cal Newport's recent podcast episodes and his work before, like books and all. So pretty good. Also trying to learn how to learn better, and so far it's been very different and to an extent difficult as well, because I was used to doing my learning in a certain way, and now I'm seeing that hey, there are other things that you can do as well, other things that make your brain do more work and are more intense, and therefore more effective, and remain in your memory, and things remain in your memory longer, and you understand the things better. So it's pretty cool. Again, just experimenting. I'm not very fluent in those skills, but so far so good. About my hobbies, I'm mostly working on my writing. I've updated my website, so go down in the description, find my website. Yes, please. Read some of my blogs. And writing them have been like I wrote a lot of 6-7 blog posts in last month, which was amazing. I mean, I did not have this much of a performance. I could not perform this well before, so that was good. Now I had maybe performance is not the right word. Yield, output is better. So yeah. I also made some new music demos. But I don't think I'll be able to pursue them and then polish them and make them into full songs this year because, well, I'm busy. I gotta be, you know, preparing for exams next year as well. Yeah, I haven't fully committed to this now, right? Everything is a fleeting moment. So I'll give one last try next year. So I'm busy trying to do things that will grant me intellectual, mental, physical, and freedom basically in the long term, right? So music will be forever. I'll make music and do stuff all the time in my life, but right now this is what's important to me and I shall do that, right? Reading new books, definitely cannot live without those. Recently I read this book called Annihilation, and I'm reading The Gone World now. Also Nietzsche, a very short introduction by Michael Tanner, and My Name is Red by Orhan Pamuk, although I have put it on hold because it's really difficult. Very good book actually. Difficult but good. Maybe I should put it into use to test my cognitive endurance. Possibly. All right. Several recurring ideas. This is very important actually. I write things down and I see several patterns and several a lot of problems have almost the same solution, right? So this is what's important, trying to note them down and using them, right? So I saw that I try to solve very small, simple problems with complicated and elaborate systems, right? Now for, if I don't get to sleep, I try to, if I don't sleep at the right time, I try to implement a lot of techniques, alarms, and blah, 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 blah. When it just means that I have to eat dinner early, right? So simple problems don't require complicated solutions. They require simple solutions, right? So that's one idea. Second idea is when you get overwhelmed, you should work less. You should have your schedule less cluttered because underworking pays more than overworking. Something that I have known for quite a long time but haven't really implemented it because I thought I was better. I thought I had some skill at managing myself, but I clearly have a lot to do. So underworking, pretty cool. Focusing on few things at a time. Great stuff. And getting out of the house, pretty important, as I said. Physical, emotional attachment to a past self basically is pretty harmful, and you gotta get out. About my physical status, excuse me, I'm not going to a gym, even though I thought I would. I thought I'd go to a gym when I will go to a new place, but so far my schedules have been really just a roller coaster. Like I don't really have a proper schedule right now, basically. So that's the problem. Maybe I'll go to a gym next month or two, but right now it's on a maintenance mode. I go on a lot of bicycle rides though. It's pretty fun to go in the morning. My sleep schedule has also improved quite a lot, mostly because I eat dinner early. That was the solution after all. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun going on cycle rides and stuff. All right. My social status, right? I'm not on social media. Great. But I do talk to a lot of people, and like moving to a new place and joining a university college is pretty good. I met a lot of people. I learned a lot of things, a lot of social cues and understanding things. Uh, you know, these are some things that you only understand when you move out of your house, move out of your comfort zone, and actually physically talk to people. You cannot get everything online as well, right? So pretty nice so far. and I hope I will learn a lot more in the future as well. And I guess that's about it. I guess that's about it. That's my current update. Uh, things have been, a lot of things have happened. Things have happened basically, and I'm just trying to live and experiment and see what strikes, see what doesn't, and perhaps my goal this month is to like figure out what to do and make sure I follow the right plan, adjust adjust accordingly whenever I get off track. But yes, in August I must figure out uh a proper way to make sure that I get what I want in the future. And so far it's going quite well. And it's been fun making this video, talking to you guys, yapping. I missed yapping. I really missed it. But it's already a 31-minute video. I may have to edit it. I don't know. I might not. It's gonna take a lot of time. I don't have time, guys. I don't have time right now. But anyway, it's been quite nice. If I did it, great. If I don't, just bear with me, alright? Just bear with me. But anyway, it's been pretty nice and it's been awesome. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, I suppose. And don't forget to comment anything you want. And as I mentioned before, if you want me to talk about a few things, whatever, if you have any questions, just drop them down and go visit my website, blog, and just chill out, I guess. Yeah, chill out. And don't forget to take care of yourself and just pause. Breathe. It's quite important. Breathe and be mindful. All right? Be mindful, and we'll see each other very soon. Take care.